Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you, but on my camera phone doing this review because I didn't have time to set up my laptop for this review. So this is going to be for a movie review for Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire that I got a chance to watch for myself to see what I was going to think of this hour and 54-minute movie. So I'm going to discuss what I watched for this new 2024 film and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this movie review. Now, basically, with what I've seen, I actually think this is one of my favorite movies so far in the Godzilla and Kong franchise. Um, the Godzilla and Kong, the 2021 film, was actually a good movie. Some of the human characters were kind of iffy with that film, but with this one, you get more of the monster mash, like the more monster fight scenes that you kind of are expecting for a sequel to Godzilla and Kong. But with this film, the human characters, they were they played it safe with it. This one, and I give it props. It was actually not that bad, but execution wise, this movie was actually pretty good. One of my favorite films of this year. One of them. It's a pretty good movie. It's not one of the best films of the year, but it does have I have a few critiques with it, but overall, I see some critics are giving it like a 6 or a 7. It's like, oh my god. I, I would go by audience rating to see what you think of it for yourself. But some of IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes can go fuck themselves for sure. Because basically they give the worst ratings ever. And they're a bunch of hypocrites over there. So that's just my opinion. But with this film, I was very invested with it. For the hour and 54 minutes. Like, with this film, you have two new enemies, Scargiver and Shimo, I believe is Shimo or whatever that creature's name is. And then Godzilla doesn't come till the end of the movie, and Mothra, I guess, is on their side too, because Mothra gets reawakened, and I guess is not an enemy to Godzilla anymore. I don't know, but it was a surprise because I think with King of the Monsters that was a decent film, but I thought Mothra was in that film, to be quite honest. Um, and I was like, then I have to kind of revisit that movie again. Because King of the Monsters wasn't my favorite film. It was decent, but it wasn't one of the best. I think Godzilla and Kong and uh, the Godzilla and Kong New Empire are probably the best films I've seen for the 2020s era. So they've been impressing me, these films. And execution wise, I think when Kong visits this subterranean area, like subterranean Earth or whatever, like in the middle section of the Earth, um, kind of a journey to the center of the Earth in a way. He meets one new ape, looks like a baby ape or something, and then a kid ape, and then Scargiver's the one that's ruling all the apes and enslaving them. And he has a secret beast called Shimo that breathes ice fire or breathes icicles or whatever. Um, so it's kind of like ice fire in a way, and Kong gets frostbite and then basically has to uh, find Godzilla and try to get him to help him to beat Scargiver and Shimo. Shimo doesn't die, but Scargiver does. And if you've seen this movie already, you know Scargiver does die at the very end of the film, and it was pretty beast mode with what Shimo did to Scargiver. And it was like, okay, I enjoyed the monster fight scenes. Some of the human characters were interesting. There was one human character I wasn't impressed with that other guy that was kind of shooting his webcam and all that. It was like, dude, you're kind of a forgettable character in a way. That's probably the most downside to the movie. But other than that, if I were to give this movie its deserved score, I'm going to give it a strong 8.5 out of 10. Pretty strong film. Probably a better film than Godzilla and Kong. Because Godzilla and Kong was a good movie. It was like an 8 out of 10 good movie. This one is a lot better. Because I enjoyed certain human characters and I enjoyed majority of the monster scenes with the titans and beasts. Like the monster fight scenes are the best part of the movie and make the movie interesting of a watch. So 8.5 out of 10 for Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. Pretty strong film. Highly recommend you check this film out. And with that being said, thanks for watching this movie review this afternoon.